All right, first and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world and we call Jesus Christ, and Mashiach Yahushai. Back at y'all with another Friday night, June the 16th. Got a few things to deal with today. First and foremost, I want to deal with the situation that just occurred in Mississippi. Google Mississippi in your news. Who knows what happened in Mississippi? Y'all heard about it, right? About to read about it now. About to read about it now in the state of Mississippi. Exactly. You know? Oh, yeah. Of course it was. And then there was also a murder, another police shooting that happened. So we're going to talk about both of that through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shemel shot tonight. Who did? For real? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah. Man, I ain't seen a nigga with chameleon paint in a minute, man. So they killed that boy. He was killing them, so they killed them, huh? That's horrible. Yeah, but what we got to understand is there's a spirit of war and a spirit of death and judgment that's going to get poured out, that has been getting poured out all year, that's going to continue all summer. Summer is starting with a lot of deaths all throughout the four. I'm hearing about what's happening in Mississippi. I'm hearing about what's happening in Missouri. I'm hearing about what's happening in damn Los Angeles. You see what I'm saying? It's a spirit of judgment and death taking this whole place, all of Babylon, because it's the end of Babylon. When you have a spirit and things like this going on, it's the end of a thing. You see what I'm saying? It is the end of a thing. So in your news, Google News, and just type it in. Type in Mississippi. And by the second page, you should be seeing exactly what I'm talking about. To a brother, okay, a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, murdered by a band of devils. We was on the way here, coming here. Yeshaya had came and grabbed me and the sergeant, man. We got seen a damn Esau with the Blue Lives Matter flag flying high, letting you know. You know what I'm saying? They letting you know what time it is. When they represent Blue Lives Matter, what are they saying? Black lives do not matter. I have a license to kill you. You never can touch me. So when the white man is proudly adorning the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, Confederate flag, hell, even adorning the American flag, he's telling you where he is at in his mind and where you are at in his mind. On bottom, he's the head, you're the tail, right? So you got it. Just type in Mississippi. It'll go by the first or second page. It'll pop right up. In the state of Mississippi, of all places just infamous for the death of black people. You see what I'm saying? So go ahead. What you at? Good news. Google, say Google, but just type in news though. Hit the news? Yeah, no, don't do that. Here, I'm gonna show you. Boom. Hit the news thing. Go down. If it go to the second page. Boom, right there. Yep, Mississippi man. So go ahead, start bringing it out.
Jackson, Mississippi. It says an autopsy shows that a Mississippi man whose severed head and burned body were found separately.
Oh, his severed head and burned body were found separately, not together, separately. Now read.
Died from the decapitation.
What did he die from?
The decapitation.
So the white man cut this brother's head off, then burned his body. One place, and they found the rest of his bodies and members in another place. Soldiers or not. This is the Mississippi incident. Is this what you didn't know about this? I heard he got on fire. Yeah, you heard that he was lit on fire. that head was cut off. But the Arab is a terror. They talking about the Arab cutting people's head off. The white man in America is also cutting people's heads off. So what is the white man in America? A terrorist, according to his definition of a terrorist. According to our definition of a terrorist, is the only terrorist. Officer.
They about to put the guillotine out, so they're gonna be cutting more heads.
Of course, they ordering them guillotines. They got the mass graves ready. For your caskets that can fit 7, 8 black and Hispanic bodies.
And flammable.
And right? Rex 84. I mean, come on, we know about this stuff. So-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man will be the target of the wrath of the white man. And has always been the target of the wrath of the white man. Go ahead.
It says the remains of 30-year-old Jeremy Jerome Jackson.
30-year-old brother. His brother's in this room. Majority of brothers in this room about that age. Right? Go ahead.
Were found Saturday. It says WLBT TV reports that Jackson also was shot in the leg, but that wound wasn't fatal.
The wound wasn't fatal. So they shot him, cut his head off, then burned the man. But some damn rap, what's his name? Pele? Pele crying about a Holocaust. What does the word Holocaust mean? To be sacrificed by fire. We going through a Holocaust right now today. You crying to me about what happened to some damn Nazis. How many years ago? Who knows when that happened? I don't even know what World War that was. 70 years ago, you crying to me about a few people burning up. We've been getting burned up. It's been happening to this day. Don't tell me about no damn Holocaust. I live in the now. Forget it. Get over it.
Right.
I had to forget about slavery. All right. Well, you burned us today, though. So what do we do about what happened last week when a brother was burned and decapitated? All right. If we just let slavery go, y'all doing enough stuff right now to be worthy of the punishment that you getting ready to get. Damn devils. So read.
Jackson police on Tuesday offered a $20,000 reward for information on Jackson's murder. It says older brother Johnny Jackson.
$20,000 reward. The white man doesn't need a $20,000 reward. That's chump change to him. He don't need 20 racks.
That's one of the highest rewards I've ever heard of.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean, when it comes to
I mean, usually they ask what for $1,000 for information. We'll give you $1,000 to come here and tell on your best friend.
Like they really care about it.
Of course, the police who put the $20,000 thing, they were in on the murder. Right. All right. This is how these counties work down there in the South. The police are a part of the KKK. The police are a part of the hate group. Soldiers of horror.
Remember that story about that brother that got killed inside of a gym and rolled up in that gym?
Yes, sir. Rolled up and they stuffed him with them damn newspapers. The feds and the videotape vanish. The whole day, everything that goes on in that gym where it occurred is on videotape, except when the black boy gets murdered. What was the brother named? Lennon Lacey also. Yeah. Lennon Lacey. Hung, beat, face broken and hung. Talking about he committed suicide. Because he's in a trailer park popping on some damn white hoe. You see what I'm saying? My brother-in-law, brother seen him this last weekend. He was at the family function with a white girl. All right, this brother saw it. That brother seen him. This brother seen it. All the brothers that was in attendance saw this brother. I'm talking about he was just in the white world. He didn't talk to nobody, nothing. He just with the white girl all day at the damn the damn park at the baby shower. And his pops now is from North Carolina. So he told him straight up, we couldn't do that. You see what I'm saying? We weren't even thinking about doing nothing like that in North Carolina. You know why? They would have got their head cut off and burned. You see what I'm saying? Brothers need to start thinking like that today. And actually, they don't even need to start thinking like that. They need to start thinking, why in the hell would I want to get with this damn girl? and be all wrapped up in the white world and with the white girl. You see what I'm saying? Insane. That white girl ain't even got no damn money. He would have broke white girl. What's the point? What are we gaining here, huh? She ain't got no rich people. She's broke. Risking your damn life. His pops told me, he came home on Sunday, last Sunday, he told me he went to her house and he made it back. He said, that's a feat. Don't ever go back again. I don't know what they did. You see what I'm saying? Which may be exactly why this brother got killed in the state of Mississippi. Will we ever know the full details? Who knows? Right. But we know what happened when they do something like this. Some white woman was getting plowed, I'm sure, somewhere. Somebody didn't like it. Yeah. All right. Somebody's afraid. Why did Dylan Storm Roof go into a church and shoot 9 people? Because black men are taking all the white women. That was one of the principal reasons why he he did that attack on our brothers and sisters who were foolishly worshiping Caesar Borgia. Deacon.
That's one of the reasons why this is the only thing we agree with on the KKK. Stay in your mating in your own race. Period.
That's right. That's damn right. All right. Soldiers a knock. I don't know if he saw Get Out, but I sure did tell him, get out. As soon as he walked up, I said, get out. What do you get out? Whatever you do, get out. Right? So go ahead. Continue on. That was great. That was great as well.
That was so good. Afterwards.
Go ahead.
The older brother Johnny Jackson, one of 9 siblings.
Big Johnny Jackson, one of 9. This is a strong black family down in the state of Mississippi. What happened here? Johnny Jackson, one of 9. See what I'm saying? This is family. Black culture right here. Right? Go ahead.
It says he last saw Jeremy, who lived with him, on Friday.
You see Jeremy on Friday. Let's see the inside. Johnny gonna give us the scoop, just like Jermaine Jackson was giving you the scoop when all the controversy was happening with the historical Jackson family. All right, go ahead.
It says the brother says Jeremy Jackson was a student at Jackson State University and had 3 children.
So wait, he's a student. He's going to Jackson State. We know anybody who follows college basketball knows Jackson State, right? Go ahead.
Johnny Jackson says he believes his brother's head was severed as a message sent to somebody.
Oh, it was a mess. So not only was this brother killed, but it was to send somebody a message. Right? Go ahead.
That was it on the article, huh?
That's it on the article? This thing should be on CNN headline news. Why ain't CNN picked this up? Of course, because they don't care about black people. That's why. See other information you could gather. Go ahead, officer.
This is Proverbs chapter 26. Whose hatred is covered by deceit.
Whose hatred is covered by deceit. We was just listening to the radio. What station you had it on, Yeshaya? Okay, so that's like a talk radio station. Yeah. So I overheard something on the radio that was talking about they did a like a survey, and they asked people were they racist or were they not racist, and they said the people who said they were racist throughout the survey, you had the propensity to answer the questions race in like a racist would, but then the people who said they weren't racist also answered the questions like a racist would. You see what I'm saying? So what do they do? Read it again, officer.
Proverbs 26:26.
Whose
hatred is covered by deceit.
Whose hatred is covered by deceit. They tell you they're not racist. They tell you they love everybody. They tell you they're all inclusive, but they're not. All right. I remember years ago, back me and the deacon, we're from, everybody knows we're from up in Washington. So years ago, there was a story. There's a little white girl, some white teenage whore. This happens a lot where we come from. She ventures her way into the hood and gets pimped out and gets on drugs. All right. I'm sure it happens all over the place. Right. So it was a story that was out and you had this white family, or the parents of the girl. They came to the area where I grew up at, looking for their daughter, who they just knew was being a whore somewhere. So they walk up to a brother, right? They got a picture of their daughter. And they, have you seen her? So what do you think the brother do? Oh yeah. I know her. I can take you right to her. He gets in a car. Gun comes out. Okay. And these white people that's writing the story who went through it, they say, and at that moment, this nigger pimp, you see that? This is supposed to be a wholesome white family. They don't hate anybody, right? But when it counted, he can't just be a criminal. Why can't he just be a criminal? Why can't he just be a pimp? He had to be a nigger pimp. You see that? They hide it with deceit. Read it again from the top.
Proverbs 26:26.
Whose hatred is covered by deceit.
His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation.
His wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. We are exposing to our people who, for whatever reason, are ignorant to the wiles of the white man, the wickedness, the true wickedness, and the true essence of the so-called white man, who is the Edomite and the devil according to the Bible.
That's right.
God's talking about the Esau ain't the white man. Well, I'm about to show the damn white goddess that they worshipped in Edom in a second. You see what I'm saying? Esau is the damn white man. All right. And them Arabs that you saying are Esau, a lot of them got Jewish grandparents. So if they're Edomites, it's because they got a white forefather. All right. And for no other reason. Okay. Finish that. What's second Quran? That was it. Soldier Quran.
There's definitely, I would say that I've noticed there's definitely an agenda going on. Why are you constantly killing black men, well, black women too?
Black women too.
On TV, it's like ever since Trayvon Martin, it just got like it exploded. Like,
it exploded.
Like gay agenda, killing black people. Generally the same. I guarantee you next week we'll have somebody else to talk about.
And now, we got this other article too. You got another article on it?
Yeah.
Okay, you said what? Oh my God! Now it's the MS-13 did it. They're gonna try to put it on the MS-13 now.
Listen, I'm reading it right now, bro. This is sick.
In Mississippi,
The MS-13 is taking over Mississippi now.
It's a heavy presence.
Yeah. They're saying that their crimes are known.
Here's why they're saying that. In Louisiana and in Mississippi, you have an influx of El Salvadorians and Hondurans that are there doing the work that Zebulonites and Issacharites do.
Right.
All right. Some of these guys, let me tell you something about Malasawa Sucha 13, MS-13. All right. MS-13 is known for doing what they do in El Salvador. You don't hear about them doing those savage acts in America.
Right.
When have you heard of that? These guys are going to gang wars with Mexican gangs and getting served. You see what I'm saying? The guys that are in El Salvador can't make it to America. Are you insane? But they're gonna, of course, propagate this.
Right.
Look at these not even the Mexicans. They're from El Salvador. Look at these Latinos. Don't look at who has always cut people's head off in Mississippi. White people. Go ahead, read it.
It was either that or ISIS.
That or ISIS.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
I dated El Salvador, and she's like,
oh, she's like, don't ever call me Mexican in the life. Zebulon and Issachar got an extreme hatred towards one another, right?
Which one you had? The New York Times one too? Is what you had?
No, he didn't have New York Times.
Oh, okay.
No,
See that?
New York Daily News.
Daily News. Daily News.
Mine's is opposing views.
Yeah, because I just
lengthy.
because I found it because I heard about it. A sister called me last night about it. So I hear about it, and I just type in. She's like, it happened in Mississippi. So I just typed in Google News Mississippi, and I found it that way. So that's how I had him to find it. But go ahead, go into it.
All right, this is from the New York Daily News. A 30-year-old Mississippi man whose body was found burned and without a head was still alive when he was decapitated, according to an autopsy. The victim, identified as Jeremy Jerome Jackson.
Jeremy Jerome Jackson. Go ahead.
Also suffered from a non-fatal gunshot wound to the leg. His body was found less than a mile away from his head.
So they had the body up the road from the head. Right? Go ahead.
Placed on the porch of Jackson's home.
Ooh, the head was placed on the porch of Jackson's home. Read on.
Leaving authorities to question the violent nature of the murder.
Right.
The
Clarion Ledger
report. Because the brutality of the crime, officers in Jackson have enlisted the assistance of the FBI. Members of the Drug Enforcement Administration.
So what did they just tell you? They have enlisted the FBI. Now the FBI in this one of these cases is not rare. Why? Because if it's a racial related case, you know, anytime we're down in the South when them churches was getting blown up and things like that, if you watch Selma, Mississippi burning, you'll see they got what's called Hoover's boys come in, which is Larry Hoover, who founded the FBI. Not Larry Hoover, so like J. Edgar Hoover. That's GD, not the FBI. J. Edgar Hoover will send his boys in. You see what I'm saying? So you see that on Mississippi burning. So the FBI coming in this situation is not, you know, anything out of the ordinary. That's really protocol and standard for what happens in Mississippi when black people are massacred. Go ahead.
Have enlisted the assistance of the FBI, members of the Drug Enforcement Administration.
Wait a minute. The DEA is coming. Why is the DEA coming? What does it infer when the DEA is brought in? That this man sells dope. This is just a black drug dealer. And he's getting taken out by MS-13. This is the narrative that they're pushing right now. He was a college student at Jackson State. He was not the trapper of the year.
Right.
All right. He was not trap god in Mississippi.
Right.
He's a college student. All right. Go ahead.
Members of the Drug Enforcement Administration, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives,
ATF,
and the U.S. Attorney's Office joined the police chief Lee Vance to discuss both Jackson's case as well as the assassination of the barbershop owner Johnny Brown.
Oh, Johnny Brown was assassinated. Go ahead.
Which occurred just ahead of the discovery of Jackson's body.
So somebody else was assassinated, right? Okay, go ahead.
Obviously, the manner in which these two incidents have occurred, personally, I found to be shocking, bizarre, brutal, and unacceptable to the city of Jackson and its citizens, Vance said during press conference.
Unacceptable. I wonder if there has ever been any lynchings in Jackson, Mississippi.
Right.
I'll bet you any amount of money that there has been hangings in Jackson, Mississippi. But this is unacceptable. This is Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi is built on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians getting their heads cut off and murdered. Mississippi is that's a Native American word. All right. Are the Native Americans prevalent in Jackson? I think not. Or else they wouldn't call it Jackson. But it's unacceptable for the city. That's what your city is all about. It's all your city has ever been about. Murdering black people. Read.
He said Jackson's murder was truly unique.
Oh, it was truly unique. Nigga never got his head cut off in Jackson, Mississippi. For some reason, forgive me if I find that hard to believe. Go ahead.
Adding the department had not once worked a decapitation case.
Not worked a decapitation case. Well, maybe because the department is a part of the decapitation cover-ups that have occurred in Jackson, Mississippi. I would move to surmise that. Read.
FBI special agent in charge, Christopher Freeze, similarly noted he'd yet to work a case like this during his time in law enforcement.
Go ahead.
I have not seen this in my career, certainly not here in the United States.
Well, you ain't. So when Mississippi was burning, you've never heard of church bombings either. But it happened in Mississippi. Zanak Ariyah.
So the police just pulled him over, cut his head off and burned him?
No, it didn't. It's not saying the police did it. We are surmising the police had something to do with it based upon their involvement in the Ku Klux Klan, who I'm sure has got an affluent chapter in Jackson, Mississippi. Go ahead.
I have not seen this in my career, certainly not in the United States, he said. Gang experts this week have confirmed the presence of MS-13 in Mississippi. Violent deeds often involved decapitation and burning of bodies, according to the ledger.
Where are they decapitating people and burning them and burning their bodies? In El Salvador. Do the Mexicans cut people's head off and burn bodies? Yes, in Mexico. In all these various countries in Latin America, you hear all about. That's pretty regular. You see what I'm saying? That's not something out of the ordinary. They don't do that in America. MS-13 been in America, all over California, Virginia, down there in Florida. You got the MSs. Heads off? No. So now they just are cutting niggas' heads off. They cutting the local dope boy head off, who's a college student. They cut the barbershop owner head off, right? Who he owned a barbershop. These don't sound like the trap gods to me.
That's what I was gonna say. You're looking at a young black college student. You know they would love to go into somebody's criminal background if you had one. All right. So you really don't have anything. And when you don't have anything, more likely was the white man. When you don't really have anything, Esau did it. But what does he do? He's gonna, say that the type of crime is indicative to, MS-13.
There are
the
MSs. Oh, there are here.
They are here.
They do this in El Salvador.
Yeah, we've seen this. We haven't really seen it here in Mississippi, but we know this is the type of crime that they do. So that's our only lead. And the MS-13 is gonna waste their time trying to expose themselves and kill some random low-level black dude and some barbershop owner. Come on, man. If it was a white boy, I'd understand. Hey, like remember we just went over to Mexico, and what's the questions me? And I know I was asking. They like, don't they be messing with dudes, and like they don't really mess with Jake like that.
They mess with the white boys.
They mess with the white boys. And I know stories where they've stopped white boys on their way to the border. They stopped them, en route, pulled them over, took them into a shack, ripped their car apart, and put dope in there, and had them run that dope over the border. Personal stories. So with white boy, if it was a white boy that got his head cut off, it would make a lot more sense. All right, but to the general public that just looks at it like, oh my God, these gangs, they're getting out of hand. Hey, those are Latinos? Oh yeah, those
Salvadorians are crazy.
They're ruthless.
Build the wall.
Build the wall. That's what it is. So yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't even see any type of incentive. I don't see any type of motive. That's what in the article that I had, they said we don't even know motive at this point. We just know that the Mexicans do stuff like the El Salvador, they do stuff like this. So that's our best guess.
Look, you can't say ISIS because why? Just like Dave Chappelle said, remember, terrorists don't mess with niggas.
Yeah.
Not good negotiation.
Yeah. We're horrible bargaining chips. Arab is looking right past. He's looking at a flight to Atlanta. He said, this ain't the flight I blow up. Look at all these niggas on this flight. We don't blow this up. They're not going to bat an eye to this flight. Get on another plane. Go ahead.
That's the thing.
Johnny Jackson tearfully recalled seeing his younger brother for the last time Friday. He said he believed Jeremy was targeted for a reason.
He believes it was for a reason. Did he say that reason had to do with dope? No.
Right.
He said he was targeted for a reason. All right. Do you think? Let me ask you something, right? Your brother gets knocked off by MS-13. If your brother was into it with MS-13 and he lived with you, won't you know about? I mean, MS-13 is not a small problem, right? That's an international network now we talking about. So with MS-13 and you going to get on the damn news and say he was killed for a reason and think your ass ain't getting your head cut off next?
Right.
Them white folks did it. Right. Just like we was listening to the interview or Kev Max interview with Pretty Boy. And he said, man, it's wrong what them white folks did to Tukey, man. You see what I'm saying? It's them white folks, all right? It's them. Them white folks. And all black people know about them white folks. Anytime you refer to a person in power, the police, the judicial system, man, them white folks, man, they did that brother wrong. like there's just white people, you know, you're naming names. You know, there was Gregory Helms was there, Thompson, you know, Al Thompson was there. No, we just know them white folks is who's responsible. All right, go ahead.
From my speculation, it was a message sent from somebody or to the city, because you just don't kill somebody in the bushes.
He said it was a message sent to somebody or to the city. What message do you send to the city by decapitating a black man's head and put it on his? What message is that? What type of the message? I think that a white man was sent to the city. Stay away from our white women. All right, that sounds like the message right there.
Going back to the old day, Jim Crow's on his way back.
Jim Crow is coming back.
Yeah, that's the message.
Race war is coming swift.
There's nothing about this that says
it just says MS-13. I don't see MS-13 written anywhere. What is MS-13 engaged in? Why don't they? Can we look up MS-13 Mississippi? Google it. Let's see if they're linked to any other crimes, or do they just start with cutting niggas' heads off? Yashai, you had something?
I was gonna say I could do like an initial part to like provoke a race war by using MS-13 so that way the black and kind of go back at it.
And yeah, and then the brothers that's down there is like, well, yeah, they said it was the MS.
Yeah, and they're gonna start believing that. You know what I mean?
The white man pushed that narrative.
Like, oh, okay, well, this might have been MS-13 too.
Exactly, and then
like having us looking at them like, well, what's up with y'all? Like,
yeah, y'all doing this? You see what I'm saying? And that happens, especially in this place like Mississippi, where the Latino community is not a community that is rooted in Mississippi. You know, all of them are relatively new to the area. So there's I'm sure, a degree of unfamiliarity, you know, between the two populations to one degree or another. So that could be easily a way to try to set it off, Officer Bazak.
No, I was gonna say, then that gets, you know, people catch wind, like, let's say a city like LA and all over, then they're picking out like, okay, we funking again. Like,
yeah, exactly. It could easily spiral into something else. Officer Bazak.
This is the definition of terrorism.
Bring it out.
The use of violence or the threat of violence, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political goals.
Well, there you go. Go ahead. That's it on that.
You know, systematic use of violence and intimidation to achieve some goal.
America, baby.
Right.
Systemic use of violence and intimidation to achieve some goal.
We gotta fight terrorism.
All America has ever been is terror. That just sounds like how Black and Hispanic and Native Indians look at America and look at white people. Terror. You have systemically used violence and intimidation to make me speak your language, to make me worship your gods, to make me believe you.
All right.
You see that? You had some, Captain.
Man, no, I seen something, but it was in 2010. So
Okay.
Like, oh man, I'm talking about they had the gang stats in Mississippi for 2010, and there was no MS-13.
MS-13. So MS-13 is brand new out there, and they start with decapitations.
Yeah.
Apparently, all the MS-13s I know, they ain't just cutting people's heads off, and not in the United States. Okay. Go ahead. Continue with that article, Sergeant.
For my speculation,
Get the feds involved. Let's send a message to the city. We're trying to come into your city and sell dope, but I want to get the feds involved. I want the feds to come here. I want the DEA here to interfere with my dope dealing. What motivation would MS have for that? How much dope is this brother moving in Mississippi, if he was moving dope?
Alone.
Who's this plug?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Them damn MS come up, they got the plug coming straight from El Salvador. They told that nigga, look, nigga, yo, we talking about big weight now. We taking you out. Right? Salaki, go ahead.
Yeah, his brother don't know nothing. Brother's not like, I told him to, you know, stay out that live.
I told him to stay out there. He was involved with this and that. Somebody sending a message. And don't nobody send a message like the damn white man.
Right.
He sent a message when he took Saddam Hussein and hung him before the world.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He sent a message when if you didn't bow down to Caesar Borgia, he would kill you. Don't nobody send a message like the white man.
Right.
Go ahead. But the only person I know sent a better message to the white man is Yahweh. All right, so go ahead.
For my speculation, it was a message sent from somebody or to the city, because you just don't kill somebody in the bushes, then take their head and put it on display.
You just don't do
that. He told WLOX. They displayed him, and you could ride down the street and see it on the step. To me, it was a message to somebody.
Okay.
Johnny told the news station his brother had been living with him while he worked toward his degree.
He's working toward a degree. You mean to tell me I'm legitimately working toward a degree at a Division I college, and I'm selling major drugs enough for the MS-13 to want to decapitate me? Huh. Yeah, that's likely. Go ahead. Listen, if he was at community college, I might concede this. I might concede that narrative at a CC. Okay. But D1 Jackson State, come on, go ahead.
While he worked toward his degree and cared for his 3 children. They might do it to someone else. We need to stop this. We need to stop the violence. All this unnecessary kind of stuff really needs to be solved, because they might do it again, he said. Police on Tuesday offered a $20,000 reward for information leading to the arrest or conviction in the case.
See that? So we see the type of narrative. Can you find the MS-13 doing anything?
Listen,
a firecracker.
Man, listen, you can't find nothing. But like I said, man, I mean, even just going back to 2010, they have a PDF on it. They have a chart. And I'm talking about Latin Kings, Vice Lords, Gangster Disciples, Simon City Royals. That is it. That makes it be 100%.
I didn't even hear about Crips and Bloods in damn Mississippi. That's crazy. but MS is just coming in and cutting heads off. That's crazy, man. You see that? That is really crazy. You see what I'm saying? That's insane. Starting with decapitation.
And even just the drug possession, just the drug possession and sales only make up what, 26%
of the crime.
Of the crime.
It said this ain't adding up, y'all. It ain't adding up, officer.
Yeah, you see how much of the how much of the devil the so-called white man is. Because he puts that out as saying, "Oh, we're seeing the numbers rise on MS-13, so we're gonna blame it on the Hispanics." So then, like Brother Yeshua was saying, to bring that class back, what was going on back in the 70s and 80s, with the Cholo gangs and the Bloods and the Crips.
Yeah, but it's funny though too, because we live next to a very large border, right here in Mexico.
We was in Mexico 2 weeks ago.
Right, 2 weeks ago.
We was down there.
And people have stopped going from, what was it, from like
2008 to 2013.
Yeah, 2008 to 2013. So it ain't even been, we're in 2017. So it ain't even been active. Not even down there.
On that level. Just right there. You see what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense to me. That's just me though. Go on my Facebook and get this other article. Another brother murdered. This brother was a good Samaritan. All right. Has anybody ever heard the saying, "No good deed goes unpunished"? They killed this man for doing the right thing. Okay. Which there's no reasoning with the animal that is the white man. All right. There's no doing the right thing. There's no doing the good thing. Each and every time we see this happening, no matter how shaky the details, the white man will kill you and skate. All right. You see it?
How long did you push it today?
Maybe yesterday. Via the route. Go down past this. Might come up. There you go. Brendan Hester. What was the brother's name?
It says Brendan Hester, a 23-year-old black man in Ostabula, Ohio.
Ohio, so like not Mississippi, Missouri. Ohio, go ahead.
Was shot by police officers last week after officers responded to a 911 call. Found 2 men scuffling in home, one holding a weapon. The police ordered the men to drop the gun, but when he refused, the officers shot him. After searching the home, the police found drug paraphernalia, scales, illegal narcotics, and a substantial sum of money. This story shows how dangerous policing can be and how some officers are left with no choice but to respond with deadly force when criminal drug dealers endanger the lives of law enforcement officers and the public at large. Except the man who police shot is still alive, albeit in critical condition, and witnesses at the scene say that none of this account is true.
So going back to the last story, the police are like, I mean, is that a surprise to anybody in the room? Y'all, the police lying, that's hard for you to accept. Give me Revelations 2 and 10, please. The police aren't liars. Okay, they'll put you in an interrogation room and tell you that your best friend is in the next room telling about everything you guys have ever done. That's a part of what they do.
Right.
Meanwhile, your best friend is next door like, man, kiss my ass. You see what I'm saying?
God.
But they don't lie, brother. They'll never lie. Go ahead.
Con. Book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
Uh-huh.
Behold, the devil.
The who?
The devil
Read.
shall cast some of you into prison.
The devil cast you into prison. What does the word devil mean? Deceiver. So who put you in jail? A liar put you in jail. A lying white dog incarcerates you. All right? According to the Bible. We're not making this up. Your grandma been telling you the police was a pig. Your grandpa been telling you the white man is the devil. We're just showing you what they didn't know the whole time was all of that was in the Bible. Go ahead.
That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Go ahead,
Going back. It all began early in the morning of June the 2nd when 23-year-old Brennan Hester called 911 after he found an intruder in the home he shares with his brother.
He found somebody that broke into the house. Read.
But unlike the police version of the incident, which completely failed to mention that the victim of the police shooting was the occupant of the home, witnesses tell a story that diverges from the standard narrative that police gave initially.
There's another story I'm thinking about right now. That what the police said and what the witnesses said was two entirely different things. Famous, some brother got killed. I know that was one of the cases with
McKnight.
You got to go into the details. I know it was the case with Mike Brown. Bizarre.
You also had one dude that played the drum for his church, and then he would leave, and he was on the road. His car broke down. You know what I'm saying? And the police, an undercover car or unmarked police vehicle, pulls up on him, and then all of a sudden he's like, and the dude is on the phone with AAA. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get his car fixed. 2 in the morning. The police pulled up. You know, this, that, the other. He had a concealed license. Police shot.
Where this was at?
This is in
down south.
Yeah, it was in the south.
Because I know down south is where you can really get them concealed licenses. Mostly at, you know what I mean? Florida being like the chief. I know Florida's the chief down south. You walk around with that's on you. Can't nobody see it. You see what I'm saying? But you said Joe McKnight?
Yeah, wasn't that something that happened with Joe McKnight, man, where they had lied on him?
The dude just told, remember, he was like, don't fuck.
Right.
Bow, and then shot and killed.
Yeah, it's a wrong story. Hey, but we just see how the white man.
Yeah, the white man is the devil. Can we all agree? All right, go ahead.
As the Root spoke with Jacqueline Green, the Hester family's attorney, who described a much different account of the incident. Green told us that police have been close-lipped. Oh, excuse me. Green told us that the police have been close-lipped about the incident since issuing an initial statement to the media, none of which appears to be verifiable.
So the entire police story is unverifiable. All of it. Cannot be verified. Go ahead.
Almost every detail of the police story.
Almost every detail. What?
Of the police story is disputed by the actual witnesses on the scene. Green told us.
Is this a new thing? Okay. O.J. Simpson executed a righteous judgment and got away with it because of stuff like this.
Hey, for real.
Soldier Karam.
That's how you know we live in a place where the media that's portraying the story is literally calling them liars. And you know, and nothing's being done about no upward.
Of course not. Nothing. There's not a videotape. So you know, your average, you know, the girl that's going to be twerking in the club tonight, she doesn't care about it because it wasn't on video. She cares when a black man gets shot down in the streets. All right. But she will get a black man shot tonight in the streets over that ass tonight. You see what I'm saying? The same girl. But this article, she's not going to read this article. She ain't taking time to do that. She only cares if there's video footage. Okay. She's in the videotapes, brother. She has many videotapes. Okay. A lot of these women that was at these rallies for people who got killed on camera, but do not show up for brothers who were not killed on camera, right? Officer.
Didn't two Jakes kill two Edomites at Horton Plaza?
Horton Plaza. I ain't heard none of. From what I last heard, they still at large.
That's right.
Okay. We gotta look into that. Look up that story as well. Horton Plaza shooting. Horton Plaza Mall. For all of y'all that out there that watch us, if y'all seen our last videos, like white woman or black woman believes the white woman is God. Other videos we had out there, recent titles. Jesus loves strippers, Memorial Day, all that Memorial Day footage, that's at Horton Plaza here in San Diego, the mall that's downtown 4th and Broadway. At that same mall, allegedly 2 brothers shot 2 crackers, killed one of them dead. All right. I'll shoot you dead. All right. So what do we got? We got suspects.
Was a Navy sailor?
Oh, he was accused killer. Okay, so they got a brother. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, pull that up. We going to that next. Go ahead.
Going back. It says what is verifiable is that the girlfriend of Brendan's brother dialed 911.
She called the police. Go ahead.
While Brendan held the intruder at gunpoint.
So he held the intruder at gunpoint. What state is this in?
Ohio.
Ohio. Okay. Do y'all know what this is called legally? What Brandon did? Castle doctrine. Meaning you have the right to protect your castle. What he's doing is well within and is everything that America is supposed to be about. Your right to bear arms and all of that. This is a part of that. You can, if somebody intrudes into your home, use reasonable force to subdue or get them out of your home. If they are still in your damn home, you can kill them. All right? If they're running out of your home, you can't kill them. Let them run. But if they stay in your home, kill them. All right? White man tried to arrest me, lock me up. What was it, last year? Or something like this. All right? I beat a white man down on my property. All right? But he wouldn't leave. So when the police called, I said he wouldn't leave. I got away with beating a white man down. It was quite all praise Yahweh Shah. Right? That's called castle doctrine. This is castle doctrine. I know my damn rights. It's self-defense. Part of yourself is not just you. You know that, right? You are your family. You are where you live. You defend that. That's self-defense. Go ahead.
What is verifiable is that the girlfriend of Brendan's brother dialed 911 while Brendan held the intruder at gunpoint until the police arrived. Protecting his brother, the girlfriend, and Brendan's young nephew, who was also in the home. Police showed up around 5:14 a.m., according to the reports. Police have reported that they ordered Brendan to drop the gun. However, this is not true.
Okay, what happened?
They didn't order him to drop the gun. Brendan was shot immediately upon the entrance into the home.
Police came in. Boom!
That's right. Listen, shot him. They told him to drop the gun after they shot him. All right.
That's how much the white man is the devil and hates your guts. But here you are. He's your brother. And you love him and you want to save him. Go ahead.
It says Brennan was shot immediately upon the police entrance into the home, and there was no scuffle going on at the time.
There was nothing. The white man saw a nigga with a gun and blasted. All this devil know is to kill. Go ahead, Art.
Think about it. If there was a scuffle, how are you going to order somebody to drop the gun when his focus is scuffling with this guy? Come on. I got the gun in my hand. We're scuffling. He's trying to get the gun, but you're going to order me to drop it. And then I'm wrong for getting shot.
Oh, yeah. You see what I'm saying? Either way, I'm dead.
Right.
Soldier.
My dad graduated academy.
Yes, sir.
He had told this one dude one time, if two people are having a fight, the police can't interact with that fight. They have to wait.
They have to wait until it's over, right? Until somebody hits the ground, right? Because that scuffle, number one, the police will be putting their own life in danger trying to get in the middle of two people fighting. It's totally stupid to get in the middle of two people fighting. All right. This is why girls get black eyes all the time, trying to get in the midst of two niggas fighting.
Right.
All right. Here I am trying to punch this guy, and here you are. Hey, stop. Oh, what? Get out the way. You think you're going to stop me? You're half my weight. You're not going to be able to stop this. Are you kidding me? Two men are fighting. Let them figure that out. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
The Bible speak about that.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
It says, yes, and there was no scuffle going on at the time the police entered the home.
Yeah.
The police had not made any claim that Brennan was a threat of serious physical harm to anybody in that space.
So they have not. They lied in their report, but even in their lie felonious report, they say he was not of a serious threat. So why was he then shot and in critical condition? Go ahead.
We just find the circumstances highly suspicious and are pushing for a thorough investigation. It says, as for mounds of dope and drug money, cops found.
Mounds. He was this dead. Brandon was Scarface, according to what the white man is saying. Go ahead.
According to Green, police found a small amount of marijuana and an amount of
the nigga smoked weed.
An amount of cash that any working person would be carrying.
Scarface, the nigga had 2 grams of weed and $80. And he's Scarface. The white man is the devil. I don't know if you know that. Good. Go ahead.
It says, see how that works? Aside from their initial statement that basically accused Hester of living in a dope house, police has not made any statements, leaving the Hester family, his community, and local media in the dark. Don't worry. I'm sure this is an isolated incident. I'm sure that all those times the police killed someone and left no witnesses were totally legitimate shootings. Don't jump to conclusions just because Brennan Hester is black. Don't call this racism just because the police burst into a home, saw a black man with a gun and started shooting. Just because they didn't ask. Yeah, just because they didn't ask any questions before they started blasting bullets at the people they were sworn to protect and serve doesn't necessarily mean anything. Just because their facts are disintegrating into lies doesn't mean they are hiding something. And people don't bring up stuff like Hester's constitutional right to own a gun, or the fact that he did exactly what every police officer would tell a person to do. He called the police and waited for them to handle the situation, yet somehow ended up shot. It doesn't mean the police are racist just because they pulled a trick again, where they make their charge disappear after the bullets somehow magically appear inside one of our bodies. It shouldn't mean anything just because it's one of us. It's always one of us, always. It says, through Green, Hester's family told us that he is in critical condition with 2 bullet wounds, including one in the back, for doing the exact right thing, protecting his family and observance of the law. I'm sure that the National Rifle Association is on its way to help them.
Yeah, where's the NRA? Why can't the NRA? Why is there no black people that the NRA stands up for? Like, I'm sure the NRA is there. I'm sure of it. Where is the NRA to stand up for the rights of the gun-toting American? Right? Soldiers, Zahar.
That reminds me, you guys remember you heard about that campus cop that killed that black man with his child and his wife in the car because he had a gun on him or he had a concealed weapons license?
Look, it's going down so much. I don't even know this story.
Concealed weapons license.
No, He's talking about this is a campus cop.
Yeah.
What university did this happen?
Gotta look it up.
Like 1 or 2 years ago, something like that.
We getting killed so damn much. Don't nobody you can't even keep track. Soldiers or not.
You see somebody with the gun, you first have to ask them if they have a license. If they don't, that's when you
Yeah, I mean, just depending on what's, depending on the laws and regulations of the municipality that they in. You see what I'm saying? Depending on a state, you have open carry states, you have open carry counties, you have also concealed weapons permits in certain states, in certain counties, and also federally. You see what I'm saying? But you would have, if this person is not shooting at people or even at least waving the gun at people, you would have to make an inquisition into, this person's reasoning behind carrying a firearm, whether he was within his legal right or whether he was violating his legal right. But go ahead, was that on that?
No.
Okay.
Through Green, Hester's family told us he's in critical condition with 2 wounds. No, I'm gonna skip down. It says, I'm sure that the National Rifle Association, the Hester family, with the piles of money it gets from gun manufacturers. Any minute now, a powerful politician will stand up and talk about Brennan Hester's Second Amendment rights. And now a contributor to the long list of things a black man cannot do if he does not want to be shot. List, an illustration, an illustrious list of names that include Trayvon Martin, who showed us the danger of carrying Skittles and wearing hoodies. Philando Castile, who famously posed a threat by reaching for his wallet after he is instructed by the police to reach for his wallet. Terrence Crutcher, who perfectly illustrated the menace of a black man walking away with his hands in the air, and Eric Gardner, who black. The Ohio Bureau of Investigation has taken over the investigation, so I'm sure everything will be okay. Since 2005, of the roughly 12,000 people killed by police, only 26 law enforcement officers have been convicted for killing someone in an officer-involved shooting.
So 12,000 bodies. Of those 12,000 bodies, less than 30 officers have done jail time. Granted, some of them may have been justifiable homicides, but damn, 12,000.
Right.
Go ahead.
From like 1980 to 1992, it was 12,000 gang-related murders in LA. So they're right up there with the Bloods and Crips.
Yeah. Well, they said that's why they said they're the biggest gang. I remember when they was doing the interview, they say the police is like police is like a gang. He said they ride by, they look at me all hard, they stop, they get out. You see what I'm saying? The same way a rival gang would. So what's the damn difference, officer?
I was in Florida and I was sitting at the bus stop. You know what I'm saying? Had on all my blue and stuff, and police rode up on me. Was like, "Yo, man, what you doing with all that blue on, man? You know we the only ones that wear all that."
You see that? They're the boys in blue, right? Soldier Bayan.
About 5 years ago, I got pulled over in Spring Valley, but the cop was sitting there and he had like a tattoo right here. He had shorts, right? And another cop that came up and they were talking about how basically it's a gang and certain people in the police force are part of it, but certain people in the police force aren't. And they will all have that certain tattoo,
that's
or
right.
a certain emblem.
Exactly. They did an investigation on how there was a racial gang that was existing that was had infiltrated LA County sheriffs and the LAPD as well. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It's all racially based. You see what I'm saying? They're all white power syndicates and things of that nature. But that was it on that.
Yeah, that was it on that.
All right, D, come on. Let's we got some stuff we gotta go into. Pretty lengthy. I need you to look up something. I need you to look this term up. Look this term up. It's called look up replacement theology for me. And I need you to bring it out. You know.
Shalom, Israel.
Let me know when you got it, Captain.
You just want.
Go get the Wikipedia article. We're gonna read down.
Was supersessionism?
Yeah, supersessionism or replacement theology.
Okay.
We're gonna learn about this. When dealing with the Christian church and all its various denominations, be it Catholicism, Jehovah Witness, and things like that, what do they say about who God's dealing with? Zahar. Yeah, but I mean, they know there's a covenant that's been made with Israel. What do they say has happened? Where? The church. The church is the spiritual embodiment of Israel. The church has replaced Israel. This ideology or philosophy is called replacement theology or supersessionism, meaning that the church supersedes Israel. And this is what we're going to tackle through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua right now. All right. So I want you to read that a little bit. Go into it. So I was just told by Hassan Karab, Soldier Hassan Karab in Oregon, that a Philando Castillo's murderer just got off today, and they are rioting out there in St. Paul, Minnesota. All praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And also big up to the King Ayash Hawad, just came in with a powerful super chat as well. Make sure to plug that super chat and support the ministry by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. All right, go ahead. You said what? It was a Chinese man. Yeah, come. You know, that's damn right. Moab is my watch pot. That's right.
One of our enemies listed in the book of Psalms 83.
That's damn right. Right. No, they're all Arabs. The Moab and Ammon and Esau, and just everybody's an Arab.
Jake got killed by an Arab.
So Saudi Arabia, man, we just don't hear about it.
more about
the more Abites.
Looking at one,
you know. But go ahead.
Supersessionism, also called replacement theology or fulfillment theology, is a Christian.
Meaning, the position of Israel has been fulfilled. Go ahead.
It says is a Christian theological view on the current status of the church in relation to the Jewish people and Judaism. It holds that the Christian church has succeeded the Israelites as a definitive people of God.
Wow.
Or that the new covenant or superseded the Mosaic covenant.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It says from a supersessionist.
All things that just can't be proven right now. Go ahead.
Hey, you ever hear somebody say something, man, you just get excited because you just know the scripture that you go to. You just like,
I think Zahar, or say the meme of Shaq reading. Shaq's reading like when you just know what scripture you just can't wait for somebody to get that talking and just start cutting it to him.
Are you done? Are you done?
Just fingers like this in the book, just
hanging in the book.
Go ahead.
It says, from a supersessionist point of view, just by continuing to exist.
Listen to this. Just listen to this. This is what your pastor believes. This is what Vocab Malone. This is what James White. This is what G. Consciousness believes. Just by read that part again. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. He's probably with a kid. K, all right. He's still taking the blood spirit. He's a blood, man. hey, this guy's a blood. Go ahead.
Hey, from a supersessionist point of view, just by continuing to exist outside the church, the Jews dissent. This view directly contrasts covenant theology, which holds that the Mosaic covenant remains valid for Jews.
This is what certain people believe. I believe Mormons believe this, that the old covenant is good if you're an Israelite, but the new covenant is good for all non-Israelites in the church. So that's dual covenant theology. Some churches you may hear will, oh yeah, the Jews, that's for them, but ours is this covenant of grace in Jesus. But most churches will teach supersessionism or replacement theology. Go ahead. That we've been replaced, that the Hebrew Israelite is an obsolete nation of people. and it's all about the church. But the church is still called Israel. It's never called the church. Give me the scripture, Salakia. Go ahead.
You read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Islam also views itself as superseding the Christian faith with its doctrine of Tariq.
So Islam believes that there was a double superseding. Yeah. That Israel was superseded by the Christian church, and then the Christian church was superseded by Islam. You see that? Islam. All right, Islam. Go ahead.
Which sees itself as the final successor to and the completion of the Abrahamic faith tradition of ethical and prophetic monotheism.
Okay, so keep going.
Yes, one more.
Keep going.
Supersessionism formed a core tenet of the church for the majority of its existence, and it remains.
So this is what the Christian church is built off of: the idea that they have been succeeded, or they have succeeded the people of Israel. Go ahead.
And it remains common assumption.
What nation of people would just get succeeded? That the white man succeeded the Native Americans as being the American. You see, this is a damn cracker ideology, as you can see. It's white supremacy. I just supersede. Tom Cruise gets to be the last samurai. He superseded all the Japanese people. Brad Pitt gets to be the Mexican. He just superseded all the Mexicans, right? Go ahead, Bazak.
Matt Damon was on the Great Wall.
Oh, you see that? The Chinese is out the way. Matt Damon.
Johansson. What's her name?
Who? Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah. She's in a Ghost in the Machine or something like that.
Oh, there was a Chinese girl in the thing. There you go. Go ahead.
It says
it's more appealing.
And it remains.
Go ahead,
and it remains a common assumption among Christians and Muslims.
Wait, read that again.
And it remains a common assumption.
So supersessionism or replacement theology is a common assumption. They can't prove it in the Bible. It's a common assumption. Read.
Among Christians and Muslims.
Christians and Muslims believe that we're just chopped liver and they're the coolest thing since sliced bread. What? It's crazy. Read that, please.
Con.
The church has replaced Israel, right? Go ahead.
Book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 38. This is he that was in the church with the angel which spake to him in Mount Sinai.
Wait a minute. What, Mount Sinai?
Mount Sinai.
Sinai. In the wilderness. What is that talking about? The Exodus. We're the church in the wilderness. How did the church replace Israel? When Israel's the damn church.
Right.
Go ahead. Back to that. Yeah, back to that.
It says subsequent to and because of the Holocaust.
Because of the now here's what happened. The white man was adamant in his anti-Semitism and him proudly saying that the Jews are obsolete. But then the Holocaust happened, and then what happened?
Subsequent to and because of the Holocaust.
Subsequent to and because of. Go ahead.
Some mainstream Christian theologians and denominations have rejected supersessionism.
Because of what they saw Jewish people allegedly go through during the Holocaust, they rejected supersessionism because they realized how offensive it was to Jewish people. They realized how offensive it was to tell you that your race or your nation is obsolete. The majority have yet to do that. All right, go ahead.
Or they didn't want to get in trouble for being anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic, exactly. Anti-Semitism didn't matter prior to the Holocaust because they feel like they went through something so bad you can't say anything wrong about them. Right? Go ahead.
That was it.
Let me take a look. Because there's a point I wanted to get to. I'm going to make sure to get to it. Okay. I mean, there's a lot on this. Probably ain't gonna get into all of it, but just so y'all understand, the white man is teaching that we've been superseded. All right.
Right.
That to be superseded means that. Matter of fact, let me see. There's the read the etymology part.
Okay. The word supersessionism comes from the English verb to supersede, from the Latin verb sedeo or sedere, sedi and sessum, to sit.
To sit, meaning they sat upon us. They have taken our spot in our seat.
Right.
Go ahead.
It goes plus super, meaning upon. It does signifies one thing being replaced or supplanted by another.
Ooh, they supplanted our. We're the supplanters. The supplanters have been supplanted. All right. So
see who's trying to supplant because of them
being supplanted, right? Boom. So give me Jeremiah 31 and 31. Read 31 and 31 to 33, because they believe that the new covenant is what gives them this new covenant is what's been made with them, right? So give me Jeremiah 31 to 31 to 33, and then skip to 35. Go ahead. Jeremiah 31 and 31.
Are you getting a cover? You want me to
go ahead?
I was getting my thing.
Jeremiah 31, 31.
And read the 33. Go ahead.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
With who?
The house of Israel.
The Christian church.
The house of Israel.
The Catholic Church.
The house of Israel.
Islam.
The house of Israel.
Okay, go ahead.
And with the house of Judah.
Okay, with the church is supposed to go ahead. Yeah, just I don't know. They assume I just read about an assumption that millions of people have, but I'm reading what the Bible says, and I see why it's an assumption, because it's just not here. Go ahead.
Not according to the covenant, their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, with my covenant they break, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahweh.
Go ahead.
But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people.
Skip to 35.
Verse 35.
And read to 37. Go ahead.
Verse 35. Thus say Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night.
Read on.
Which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh, the Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me,
meaning if God loses control of the sun and the moon and the stars and the water, go ahead.
If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
You see that?
What scripture was that?
This is Jeremiah 31 and 36.
Yeah, I was gonna get that, but we can bring it back out.
Boom. That right there takes replacement theology and debunks it, decapitates it. It's out. That's done. I mean, does God control the sun still, and the moon and the stars and the water? Then Israel can't be superseded. Go ahead.
Keep on.
To 37.
Verse 37. Thus saith Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured, and the
you can't measure heaven above. Read on.
And the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel.
You can't get to the bottom of that seafloor, right? Go ahead.
For all that they have done, saith Yahweh.
That's right. Then he'll cast us off. They rejected Christ. He won't cast us off until you search out heaven in the depths of the ocean. Then he'll cast us off. You haven't done it. Your own lying science will tell you you ain't done it. Right? That was it on that? Get 1 Kings. Don't worry about that. Get 1 Kings 9 and 4.
Book of 1 Kings chapter 9.
It says, then Israel shall cease from being a nation before me. How are you a nation before the Most High? Find out. Go ahead.
Book of 1 Kings, chapter 9, verse 4. And if thou wilt walk before me,
walk before me, read.
As David thy father.
How do you walk before the Most High? Let's find out. Read.
As David thy father walked.
Read.
In integrity of heart.
With integrity. Read on.
And in uprightness, to do according to all that I have commanded thee.
Meaning keep the laws. That's how you walk before the Most High. You keep the laws. Read on.
And will keep my statutes and my judgments.
So that's how you walk before the Most High. Right? So let's start at 32.
Second Ezra 3 and 32. Or is there any other people that knoweth thee besides Israel?
Does anybody know you? Go ahead.
Or what generation has so believed thy covenants as Jacob?
Oh, go ahead.
And yet their reward appeareth not, and their labor have no fruit. For I have gone here and there through the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth, and think not upon thy commandments. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness and not balance.
Read on.
And there's also that dwell in the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel.
Your name will not be found but in Israel, the name of Yahweh. Read on.
Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept it by name, all right? Not spiritual.
That's right.
Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
So we are the only people who have ever walked before the Most High. We can't be done away with. We can't be superseded. There is no replacing them.
Right.
Pursuant to the promises that the Most High made to Abraham. Okay, but go ahead.
Let me just cut this spiritual Israelite shit. We should have been going here the whole time. Romans 9, chapter 6. Not as though the word of God have taken none effect.
Ooh, go ahead.
For they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. Because even back then, this ain't talking about two-thirds. This is not talking about two-thirds. This is talking about 2,000 years ago, Herod and other Edomites and Arabs calling themselves Israelites, trying to creep in as Israelites.
Yeah, which is why who knows about Galatians? In Galatians, when Paul is talking about Hagar and Sarah. Why is he talking about Hagar and Sarah? Because them Ishmaelites was trying to get their weasel their way in back then, or else what would be the significance of bringing Hagar up?
Right.
The Arabs was trying to get in, and them Edomites, everybody been trying to get in. And if you notice, last week we had that debate with Lord Abba. We went to them Allah inscriptions, right? Them Allah inscriptions that appeared in the Arabian desert. And what did they say? Oh, Allah, who have no offspring. That was them Arabs who were calling on a generic term for God, which is Allah in the Hebrew, or Allah in the Arabic, and they are resenting us. This is before the cultivation of the Islamic faith. They resented us. So they tried to make God not have a people. All right. This is all a part of a grand scheme pursuant to Psalms 83 to cut us off from being a nation. That's all it is.
Hey, and the brother just texted me. He said, go, Brother David, he said, go into Psalms 83 with the spirit.
Yeah,
but so I was saying 2,000 years ago, you had guys trying to say they were Israel. Even till today, now you have the Christian church with replacement theology saying that they're the spiritual Israelites, right? But Paul already had it covered. Don't worry about it. As Cap said, don't worry about it. I got it.
We're going right there. Don't worry about it.
It says, for they are not Israel, which are of Israel, neither because they are the seed of Abraham. You're not an Israelite because you say you're an Israelite, and you're not an Israelite. Abraham,
yeah, that's right. Because that's hey, I'm an Ishmaelite. I'm Abraham. I'm an Edomite. I'm Abraham. You see that? No, you got to be an Israelite. Go ahead.
It says, because they are the seed of Abraham, are they the children? But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. So it don't matter if you're trying to call yourself a spiritual Israelite, Abrahamic Israelite. You have to come from the seed of Isaac. All right. There is never no spiritual Israelite. Okay. Let me bring this out real quick. One of my favorite scriptures, and then we can get into it. Isaiah chapter 46, verse 1. Verse 3, Salakia. Hearken unto me, O house of Israel, and all the remnant of Israel, which are born by me from the belly, which are carried from the womb.
So he has offspring. And that's the Israelites are the offspring of the Most High. So you mean to tell me he's just gonna do away with his kids and adopt some new kids that ain't had nothing to do with him? Just live wicked as hell? You wouldn't do that. You see what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Nah, I'm done. You want to
go? You want to go into first?
All right. So we're gonna go into this breakdown real quick so everybody can get edification and not be bugged the hell out. Esdras is a deep book. If you get into it, you might get bugged out, so you gotta watch yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, the Most High or the angel told Esdras to only give certain breakdowns in this book to wise men. That's it. All right. So let's start with 2nd Esdras 1, 24 to 40. And then Sarge, you hold 2nd Esdras 2, 1 to 35.
It's a lot.
Just read it. We're gonna breeze through it so we can close out rather quickly.
2nd Esdras chapter 1, verse 24. It says they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer.
2nd Esdras, you're in 1st Esdras.
What you want? What you want?
I don't know why I didn't
Just get whole 2nd Esdras, the second chapter.
This is gonna be good. You see that? So he's telling, not only is this gonna happen to Judah, it's gonna happen in the northern kingdom as well. So you can't say it's the northern kingdom. It's actual heathens.
Yeah. That's true. That's a great point. Listen, this is getting ready to get sticky. Some brothers is privy to it, all right? But don't worry, all right? The Bible is fluid, okay? God. Including this red book in the spirit.
2nd Esdras chapter 1, 2nd Esdras chapter 1, verse 24. Abide still, O my people, and take thy rest, for thy quietness.
No, you're in 2.
2nd Esdras 1 and 24. What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou Judah.
Thou Judah. So now the angel is focusing on the southern kingdom. Go ahead.
It says, wouldst not obey me, I would turn me to another nation, and unto those will I give my name.
Wait a minute, y'all. He just said, I'm going to turn to another nation. Another nation. I will give you my name. This is what the Most High is saying to Ezra right now. He's going to turn to another nation. Go ahead.
It says,
what did it say?
Turn me to another nation, and unto those will I give my name, that they may keep my statutes.
This other nation going to come. They're going to keep the laws of God. Right? Go ahead.
Seeing you have forsaken me, I will forsake you also. When you desire me to be gracious unto you, I shall have no mercy unto you. Whosoever ye shall call upon me, whensoever ye shall call upon me, I will not hear you. For ye have defiled your hands with blood, and your feet are swift to commit manslaughter. You have not, as it were forsaken me, but your own selves, saith the Lord. It says, thus said the Almighty Lord, I have not prayed you as a father his sons, as a mother her daughters, and a nurse her young babes, that you would be my people, I should be your God, that you would be my children, and I should be your father. I gather you together as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings. Hey, there go that chicken. They say the chickens wasn't back there.
There they were.
Chicken and hens.
They say the
Cornish hens.
Cornish hens. Little hens, man. All right.
It says, I gather you together as a hen gathered her chickens under her wings. But now, what shall I do unto you? I will cast you out from my face.
Go ahead.
When you offer unto me.
What does that mean? Cast us out from his face? No. Come on. Who got it? Cast us out of his face. It's a punishment, but what does it mean literally? It means something literally.
You can precept that with how we turn our back on the Most High, right?
But what does it mean?
No. What does it mean that he casts us out of his face?
Cap, break it down.
The land. Yeshaya. Boom. Out the land. That's what that means. His face is Zion. Right? Go ahead.
It says,
verse.
No, hold on, don't worry yet.
Verse 31.
It says, When you offer unto me, I will turn my face from you. For your solemn feasts, your new moons, and your circumcisions have I forsaken. I sent unto you my servants, the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain, and torn their bodies in pieces.
So who did that? Israelites. Guys try to say that the Pharisees were majority Edomites. That's a lie.
Hey, ha!
All right. Even Christ reiterated that the Pharisees killed the prophet Zechariah. That wasn't no Edomites that killed Zechariah. That was Israelites. They was in Babylon, and then they came back home after Babylon.
And they started writing the Talmud too.
Right.
All right. Go. You had something, Zahar? Go ahead, soldier. What's the precept?
23.
23 and 37.
Which is what?
It says, oh Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets.
Come. Thou who killest the prophets. Exactly. Jerusalem killed the prophets. Nobody else killed the prophets. Jerusalem killed the prophets. That must be understood. Go ahead.
Cap. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, Cap.
It says, and it says, and torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hand, saith the Lord. Thus saith the Almighty Lord, your house is desolate.
Your house is desolate, meaning this is the angel prophesying through the Spirit, through the Most High, telling them that their house is going to be desolate, meaning the whole land. All right, and then it gives detail about their own specific houses. Go ahead.
It says your house is desolate. I will cast you out as wind doeth stubble, and your children shall not be fruitful, and they have despised my commandments and done things that is evil before me. Your houses will I give to a people that shall come, which not having heard of me, yet shall believe me.
So wait a minute. This other nation of people is going to come and take our land and believe in God. Go ahead.
To whom I have shown no signs.
He ain't give them no signs. Read.
Yet they shall do that I have commanded.
But they're going to keep the commandments. Read on.
They have seen no prophets.
No prophet came to them.
Sins,
but what shall they do?
Yet they shall call their sins to remember it.
Oh my God!
And acknowledge them.
This other people is gonna come with no prophets from someplace else and take our land and be everything that Israel never was.
Right.
This is what the book is saying. Go ahead.
I take to witness.
This is exactly what the church tells you, essentially. Go ahead.
I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness, and though they have not seen me, with bodily eyes, in spirit, they believe the thing that I say.
We're brothers in Christ. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And now, brother, behold, what glory, and see the people.
Hold on. And see the people, meaning the Most High had already picked these people out. He said, look, I got a people who is going to come and do these commandments and believe on me. Actual heathens, right? Go ahead. Where are they from?
And see the people coming from the east.
Coming from the east. So he already picked the people east of Jerusalem, whoever they were and wherever they were, to come and take our spot as he killed and destroyed all of us and cast us out the land, and to give them the everlasting covenant, which in 2nd Ezra chapter 2 is going to further expound on it. And this is the reason why when you read 2nd Ezra, he's mourning for 10 chapters.
Straight.
Because he got told this and he's tripping the hell out.
We just read 2nd Ezra 3 at the bottom where he said,
and that was he was pleading.
He was pleading. He's saying, man, I've been all over the world. We the only ones that have ever kept your precepts. He's messed up about what he's hearing right now. He's like, what the hell are you talking about? Right? Go ahead.
Unto whom will I give?
Did Christianity come from the east? No, it didn't. Go ahead.
Unto whom I will give for leaders. Abraham,
Ooh,
Isaac.
He said Abraham and Isaac, and who else?
And Jacob.
And Jacob shall lead these heathens, is what it's saying. Go ahead.
Oseas or Hosea. Amos. And it says, and Micaiah.
Go give them prophet.
Yeah, because you killed these prophets. But these people are going to receive the prophets. Go ahead.
Joel, Abdias, and Jonas, and Nahum, and Habakkuk.
Obadiah is going to lead the go ahead.
It says, and Sophonius, Agius, Zechariah, and Malachi, which is called also an angel of the Lord.
Well, Malachi is called, which is called an angel of the Lord, proving that we are the fallen angels.
That's right.
Just to add that in there.
That's right.
Okay, so let's go to the next chapter. We're gonna read from 1 to 35.
So y'all are clear on what? Who could give me a quick synopsis of what we just read? Soldiers of heart. Another nation was going to get the promises. There we go. So go ahead. You said who?
Sophonius. Was that Zephaniah?
Zephaniah. Yes, sir. Go. Who's got it next? Go ahead.
Con. 2nd Ezra chapter 2. Thus said Yahweh, I brought this people out of bondage, and I gave them my commandments, my men servants, the prophets, whom they would not hear, but despised my counsels. The mother that bare them saith unto them, Go your way, ye children, for I am a widow and forsaken.
All right, that mother, the mother is the land, Mother Israel, Mother Jerusalem, which is the mother of us all.
That's right.
And Sarah. Go ahead.
I brought you up with gladness, but with sorrow and heaviness have I lost you. For ye have sinned before Yahweh your power, and done that thing that is evil before him. But what shall I now do unto you? I am a widow and forsaken. Go your way, O my children, and ask mercy of the Lord. As for me, O Father, I call upon thee for a witness over the mother of these children, which would not keep my covenant, that thou bring them to confusion, and their mother to a spoil, that there may be no offspring of them. Let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth.
Basically, be cut off from being. This is how you know this didn't come to pass. And we're gonna further prove it. But go ahead.
Let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth, for they have despised my covenant. Woe be unto thee, Assur.
Read it again.
Assur.
Woe be unto thee, Assur. You see, in the first chapter, it says Judah for the southern kingdom. In the second chapter, it's covering the whole, both kingdoms. When it says Assyria is dealing with the northern kingdom, because that's where they was at. That's the ideology they took. That's where they were in captivity. All right. So this can't be talking about taking the southern kingdom away and giving it to the northern kingdom. This is involving all the nation. All right. With actual heathens.
The whole captivity.
The whole captivity. Go ahead.
Woe be unto thee, Assur, thou that hidest the unrighteous in thee. O thou wicked people, remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah, whose land lieth in clods of pitch and heaps of ashes. Even so also, what
that cuts, these guys are saying pitch is gas, gasoline, oil. So you mean to tell me Sodom is rich in oil? That would be what they would consider a blessing. That's retarded. Salakia, go ahead.
Woe, whose land lieth in clods of pitch and heaps of ashes, even so also will I do unto them that hear me not, saith the Almighty Lord. Thus said the Lord unto Ezra, tell my people what I will give them.
Tell my people that I will give them. Go ahead. Here's the dagger. Go ahead.
Tell my people that.
Tell my people. He's telling Ezra to tell these heathens from the east. Go ahead.
Tell my people.
Tell these heathens, read.
That I will give them the kingdom of Jerusalem.
That I will give them the kingdom of Jerusalem. Go ahead.
These new people.
Which I would have given unto Israel.
So he said, Ezra, go tell these heathens from the east that I'm going to give them the kingdom that I was going to give to the Israelites. Go ahead.
Their glory also.
Their glory also. All the gloriousness about us, the salt of the earth and everything else was going to be given to the heathen. Go ahead.
Will I take unto me and give these the everlasting tabernacles.
The everlasting tabernacles. Who knows what the everlasting tabernacles are? Everlasting tabernacles. Somebody give me a good guess. It's not an everlasting house that you build with a chimney. Huh? No. Glorified bodies. That's your house. Remember the scriptures talk about your earthly house? House and tabernacle are the same thing, synonymous. So your everlasting tabernacle is your glorified body. So not only was it going to get kicked out of the land, they were going to get all our glory. They're also going to get the glorified bodies that are promised for us to have in the kingdom of heaven. This is everything. This is a scary thing. That's why Ezra was throwing up, fainting, and everything else when he heard this, right? Go ahead.
Which I have prepared for them.
Uh-huh.
They shall have the tree of life.
Now they get the tree of life as well. Go ahead.
For an ointment of sweet savor.
Mm-hmm.
They shall neither labor nor be weary. Go, and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch.
Right. So he was going to, the Most High was going to give basically the kingdom to the righteous prophets that were in good standings and the rest of these heathens from the east. Right. Go ahead.
Con.
About what, 12 prophets and 3 patriarchs?
Right. Whatever. The righteous line. That's it. Go ahead.
Con. Take heaven and earth to witness, for I have broken the evil in pieces and created the good. For I live, saith the Lord. Mother, embrace thy children and bring them up with gladness.
That's the new children, right?
No, this is the Israel. Now he's telling them to prophesy to Israel.
Oh, to prophesy to Israel. Okay.
Prophesy to Israel.
So
Go ahead.
Mother, embrace thy children and bring them up with gladness. Make their feet as fast as a pillar, for I have chosen thee, saith the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And those that be dead will I raise up again from their places and bring them out of the graves. For I have known my name in Israel.
Right. So now he's charged to prophesy to Israel and tell them everything that he had planned for them, and what was going to be their judgment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this is what's happening in a nutshell. Fathers in the room will definitely be able to understand this. You bought your kid a shiny new toy. He's acting bad. Tommy up the street is gonna get this toy. I'm gonna let your friends play with the toy. All right, you ain't gonna get this toy. It's gonna be for them. This is what's going on right now. This is what the Most High is doing. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Fear not, thou mother of the children, for I have chosen thee, saith the Lord. For thy help will I send my servants Esau and Jeremy.
It's Isaiah and Jeremiah. Isaiah and Jeremiah, for you can understand. Go ahead.
After whose counsel I have sanctified and prepared for thee 12 trees laden with diverse fruits.
Right. That's the 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead.
And as many fountains flowing with milk and honey, and 7 mighty mountains, whereupon there grow roses and lilies.
There's 7 mountains. Israel got 7 mountains.
Whereby I will fill thy children with joy. Do right to the widow, judge for the fatherless, give to the poor, defend the orphan, clothe the naked, heal the broken and the weak, laugh not a lame man to scorn.
Laugh not a lame man to scorn. So y'all can't be laughing at handicapped Israelites. You can laugh at Esau and make all the jokes about Esau being handicapped and lame, but you can't laugh at a lame Israelite. Go ahead.
Defend the maimed and let the blind man come into the sight of my clearness. Keep the old and young within thy walls.
So basically he's telling them, if you don't want these people of the east to come and take your covenant, take your glory, take your land, this is what you have to do. Go ahead.
Keep the old and the young within thy walls. Whithersoever thou findest the dead, take them and bury them. And I will give thee the first place in my resurrection. Abide still, O my children, and take thy rest, for thy quietness still come. Nourish thy children, O thou good nurse, establish their feet. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh.
Right. So if we was to abide by this, then he's telling them he was going to be with us. Go ahead.
For when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shall be merry and have abundance.
Uh-huh.
The heathen shall envy thee.
The heathen shall envy us if we were to do this. But this is basically just like Deuteronomy 28. If you keep the commandments, you're going to live. If you don't keep the commandments, you're not going to live. All right. All the nations is going to have your goods. But if you follow the commandments, you're going to be higher than the other nations. So he's saying if you follow this, the heathen is going to envy you and not be able to do anything to you. But if you don't, the heathen's going to come take all your land and everything else. Go ahead.
My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord. Remember thy children that sleep, for I shall bring them out of the sides of the earth.
Bring them out of the graves for the resurrection. Go ahead.
And show mercy unto them, for I am merciful, saith the Lord Almighty. Embrace thy children until I come and show mercy unto them, for my wells run over, and my grace shall not fail. I, Esdras, received, you want to go to where?
35, go ahead.
Verse 33. I, Esdras, received a charge of the Lord upon the Mount Oreb.
So the first chapter and the second chapter, starting right here, Esdras is saying, I received all of this to go and tell the children of Israel, right? Go ahead.
That I should go unto Israel. But when I came unto them.
But when he came unto them and told them all of this, what was going to happen to them and what they needed to do, read.
They set me at naught.
They set me at naught. They said, we don't give a damn. We're going to live our life. We're going to do whatever the hell we want to do. And that's the same thing Jake is saying today. Go ahead.
And despise the commandment of the Lord. And therefore I say unto you.
And therefore he say unto you, these people of the east, these heathens, right? Go ahead.
O ye heathen.
O ye heathen.
That hear and understand.
All you heathens that want to come and get down and serve the Lord and take the nation of Israel, take their land and their glory, read.
Look for your shepherd. He shall give you everlasting rest, for he is nigh at hand, that shall come in the end of the world. Be ready to be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore.
Right. So here we have Israel setting Ezra at naught, not giving a damn basically about the judgments that the Most High is pronouncing in the depth and heaviness that the prophet was prophesying about our land and glorified bodies and just being set on high and having a covenant being given to some heathens, right? So when you read the rest of the books of Ezra, he's moaning and moping and complaining and fasting and praying that the Most High does not cast us away and give our land to the heathen and the glory and the covenant to the heathen. All right, so let's skip to verse 8 and just prove that. Without chapter 8, without understanding the full context and the flow of the Bible, then a Christian could take these two chapters and really propagate and perpetuate and have a trunk tight, what appears to be a trunk tight doctrine that Israel's been cast away and the heathen now have access to the throne and access to the covenant. But when you read in chapter 8, Ezra is basically lobbying that verse, chapter 1 and chapter 2 does not come to pass, and the angel says, all right, your wish is granted. Okay, so start at verse 24 to 41.
Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 24. Oh, hear the prayer of thy servant, and give ear to the petition of thy creator. For while I live, I will speak, and so long as I have understanding, I will answer. Oh, look not upon the sin of thy people, but on them which serve thee in truth.
Like the brother was saying, he's continuing into chapter 8. This whole time he's just begging for Israel. Don't let some other nation get our play. Again, he's just a kid here, man. You know, I'm gonna give your friend a toy so you can play with. That was bought, it was made. It's the toy that you wanted that I got for you. Right? Go ahead.
Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen.
Wait, I'm sorry. Read verse
24.
Verse 26 again.
Oh, look not upon the sin of thy people.
Look not upon the sins of thy people, read.
But on them which serve thee in truth.
But on them which serve thee in truth. So he's saying, okay, for those Israelites who are righteous, have mercy. All right. Meaning the 1/3.
On the whole nation. For 1/3, the whole nation will have that mercy.
And ultimately, that's what's going to happen after the 2/3 die and come back.
Huh.
Go ahead.
Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen.
This is also the foundation for Yahweh Shai as well. You know, coming. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies and afflictions.
Right.
Think not upon those that have walked vainly before thee, but remember them which according to thy will have known thy fear.
You see that? All this is about don't give our land to the heathen and the covenant to the heathen because you got some wicked ass Israelites. But remember the righteous. Go ahead.
Think not upon those that have walked vainly before thee, but remember them which according to thy will have known thy fear. Let it not be thy will to destroy them which have lived like beasts.
Right. Let it not be thy will to destroy them that have lived like beasts. That's why you hear in Peter, he said, our people are brute beasts.
That's right. That's what you see all manner of beasts. That was the Israelites. That's going into Cornelius. We might, matter of fact, we might after this maybe could go into Cornelius quickly, but go ahead. Because some people ask, we ain't going into Cornelius in a couple years, really. But go ahead.
But to look upon them
that have, love them.
But you said love?
It says, oh, Salakia, but my bad. That's the next verse.
It's but to look upon them that have clearly taught thy law.
Right. So you got to teach the law. You got some people saying that it's going off to teach the law.
Yeah, I just heard that yesterday.
Go ahead.
And that's a cut too, to where even if you were trying to, graft in these heathen nations, it says look upon them that have taught the law. When you want to, supersede Israel, you want to come in and take the law away. You want to take the remembrance of Israel away, which goes in Psalms 83 again. It says, verse 30. Take thou no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts, but love them that always put their trust in thy righteousness and glory. For we and our fathers do languish of such diseases. But it says, but we and our fathers do languish of such diseases. But because of us sinners, thou shalt be called merciful. For if thou hast a desire to have mercy upon us, thou shalt be called merciful to us, namely, that have no works of righteousness. For the just, which have many good works laid up with thee, shall out of their own deeds receive reward.
Right.
Verse 34. For what is man that thou shouldest take displeasure at him? Or what is a corruptible generation?
Or what is a corruptible generation? Why destroy the whole covenant? Because one generation after, 1,000 generations with regeneration and reincarnation, this one generation is just going to make you destroy all of Israel forevermore. Go ahead.
That thou shouldest be so bitter toward it. For in truth, there is no man among them that be born wickedly, and among the faith there is none which have not done amiss.
Meaning everybody sinned since birth.
Yeah, that's going to Romans. Like you said, Romans, all sin and fall short of the glory.
Come on.
For in this, O Lord, thy righteousness and thy goodness shall be declared.
Right. If you have mercy on us and not give our land to some other heathens,
and not save anybody else.
Come on.
It says, for in this, O Lord, thy righteousness and thy goodness shall be declared.
What they saying is, when they say that Israel has been rejected and now it's given to the church, they're saying that God just is not merciful. He promised mercy on us, but he didn't give it to us. To everybody else that he didn't promise to. We have to really analyze the person that they make the Most High out to be. All right, but go ahead.
It says, if thou be merciful unto them which have not the confidence of good works, then answered he me and said, some things hast thou spoken aright, and according unto thy word, thy word it shall be.
So the angel said, what? Read that again.
Then answered he me and said, some things hast thou spoken aright.
You made some good points. Go ahead.
And according unto thy words, it shall be.
According unto thy words, it shall be. What was he asking the Most High for this whole time? The whole book up to this point. Mercy on who? Israel. Don't do us away and let somebody else get our toy. He said, all right, here's the toy. The same way your father would have told you he was going to give it to everybody. He never gave your toy away. He only gave it to you. All right. He may have kept it from you for a time. Eventually, you got your toy. He said, as you have asked, so it is.
Right.
Replacement theology is out the window. All that hypothetical people from the East he was going to give the kingdom to, he's not going to give the kingdom to. It's all out the window.
All praise.
That's right. All praise. Yeah, the Most High hand. We got to get the Most High hand. For loving your black and Hispanic ass. Okay? When nobody else would dare to. Okay? Go ahead.
Read that part again.
Then answered he me and said, some things hast thou spoken aright. And according unto thy works it shall be.
And according unto thy words it shall be. Go ahead.
For indeed, I will not think on the disposition of them which have sinned before death.
Right. I'm not going to cast away all of Israel and give it to the heathen because some Israelites are sinning. Go ahead.
Before judgment, before destruction. But I will rejoice over the disposition.
But he's going to rejoice. The Most High is going to rejoice over the 1/3. Read.
Of the righteous. And I will remember also their pilgrimage and the salvation.
They're going to get saved. Go ahead.
And the reward that they shall have.
Read.
Like as I have spoken now, so shall it come to pass.
So shall it come to pass. Finish verse 41.
Verse 41. For as an husbandman soweth much seed upon the ground and planted many trees.
So as you sow much, if you're a gardener and you sow all these seeds in the ground, read.
And yet the thing that is sown good in his season cometh not up.
Some of them seeds ain't gonna spring up. Read.
It says, neither doeth all that is planted take root.
And some might come up a little bit, but they're not gonna take root. Read.
Yahushua gave the same parable.
Come on.
Even so is it of them that are sown in the world that they shall not all be saved.
Right, and that world is Israel, proving that there's another world scripture in the Apocrypha.
In addition to Wisdom 18-24.
Come on. So everybody of the world of Israel ain't gonna be saved.
Not on the first go round, at least.
Right.
Oh, you got all right.
Now let's go to 2 Ezra 13, 32 to 37 to further prove. Matter of fact, I think we got the meat on that. Let's go to Amos 7, where because basically what happened is the Lord repented.
You got Exodus too?
Yeah, okay. the Lord repented of his judgment towards us. All right, and we see it over and over where he's pronouncing stiff, hard, disastrous.
And then the prophet beseeches him, and he doesn't. You know, he shows up.
Gone. Go ahead. Amos 7, 1. Let's do 1 to 6.
Gone.
And then Romans 11 and 1.
Book of Amos, chapter 7. Thus have the Lord.
I'm sorry. Let's go to an example. Salaki, you had this already?
I had it.
Let's go to an example where this exact same scenario happened in the Torah with the great Moshe.
That's
right. Right? So let me get Deuteronomy 9, 13 to 14, and then Exodus 32, 11 and 14. You got Exodus?
No, I told him to get Exodus. I got Deuteronomy.
Okay, 11 and 14.
Deuteronomy first. Exodus 32, 11 and 14.
Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 13. Furthermore, the Lord spake unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Let me alone, that I may destroy them.
The Most High said, I've seen these people, they're stiff-necked, they're sinful. Leave me alone so I can destroy them off the face of the planet Earth, everything in their spirits too, right? And we're going to prove that he was talking about destroying their spirits as well. Go ahead.
And blot out their name from under heaven. And I will make of thee a nation
and
mightier and greater and greater.
And I will make thee a nation mightier and greater. So he was going to destroy Israel and the spirits that came with us, just to make Moses and create him a new Israel, a new nation. All right. And he was going to do it. But Moses besought him, just like in Ezra's, and the Most High repented for that. All right. And had mercy. Go ahead.
That was
14?
That was 14.
Okay, come on now. Exodus 32.
Come on. Book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 11. And Moses besought Yahweh his power and said, Yahweh, why doeth thy wrath wax hot against thy people? which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand. Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains and to consume them from the face of the earth. Turn from thy fierce wrath and repent of this evil against thy people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel.
And that's the same thing Ezra was saying. Remember the covenant, remember our forefathers, and how we kept your laws. And even at our worst state, we're still better than these vile heathens. Go ahead.
Thy servants, to whom thou swearest by thine own self, and saidest unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. 13 to 13.
Come.
That's verse 14.
Oh, the 14. So like
14.
Yeah.
Come, verse 14. And Yahweh repented.
He did what?
And Yahweh repented. He repented of that. And Yahweh repented of the evil which he thought to do unto his people.
That's how it worked. He gets hot with Israel. He wants to just destroy us. A righteous and mighty prophet that stands between us and him raises up in that time and says, no, Most High, do not do that. And then he chills out. His wrath is pacified. All right. We see it over and over and over in scripture. And the ultimate example of that is Yahweh Shai getting on the cross in order to just totally eliminate it from henceforth. Right. But go ahead.
That was this book of Amos, chapter 7, verse 1. It says, thus hath the Lord God showed unto me, and behold, he formed grasshoppers in the beginning of the shooting up of the latter growth. And lo, it was the latter growth after the king's mowings. And it came to pass that when they had made an end of eating the grass of the land, then I said, O Lord God, forgive, I beseech thee, by whom shall Jacob arise?
Right, we the grass of the land. We the grass of the land, and we was getting mowed to hell down. And it was the Most High who allowed it to happen. Go ahead.
Verse 3, the Lord repented for this.
He did what?
He repented for this. It shall not be, said the Lord.
Right, so we have examples of the Most High pronouncing these judgments and repenting and having mercy because a righteous prophet besought him on the matter. Now, with that, let's close out on Romans 11:1 and get this replacement theology out of here.
God. Book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? Most High forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Right, so that's the Most High ain't cast away his people, right. Not in the Old Torah, not in the Tanakh, not in the Apocrypha, not in the New Testament. There is no replacement theology.
That's damn right. With that, we're gonna do Q&A for a minute, so hurry up with the questions. If anybody got a shake, that's all good. But we're gonna do Q&A for a few moments. Just let me know what the chat is looking like.
God.
We know where we at.
Well, hey, pull up, slide.
He said in a couple of days, so I don't know if that's into the mall, Monday or whatever.
Yeah, I guess somebody said they coming in town. We got class Friday. We got camp Saturday. So come on down if you're gonna be in town on those days.
Who's that?
Huh? Oh,
probably earlier.
Okay. Nobody knows. Some people in the East.
Shouts out to what is that? Wergens, Florival.
Levi
out there in Seattle.
For the donation.
The water. Yeah, what's up with the questions?
How will Judah and Israel come together as one?
How would Judah and Israel come together as one? Get Ezekiel 37. Quite simple. Who got Ezekiel 37? So you get it. Sorry.
You got it?
No, you get it. He'll let him stay on the comment.
From the top?
Uh-huh.
Khan, book of Ezekiel, chapter 37.
Maybe not from the top. Let's get to the point.
21, 22.
Yeah, get 21, 22. That's what we need.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
I say unto them, thus said the Lord Yahweh.
Matter of fact, hold on. Start at 16.
Khan. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 16. Moreover, thou son of man,
read.
Take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah. And for the children of Israel,
read on.
His companions.
Read on.
Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions.
His companions, read on.
And join them one to another into one stick.
Read on.
And they shall become one in thine hand.
Keep going.
And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee,
this is how blacks and Hispanics are going to come together. Camp. All right? Not sitting on Facebook, not being an idiot, not being on Instagram. Blacks and Hispanics are going to come together through camp. All right? We got Gadites, we got Issacharites, we got Zebulonites, everybody, Ephraimites, everybody coming into the camp. Why? Because we're doing camp. We're doing what the Most High told us to do, officer.
Yeah, that's why I put that post there. This dumbass Jake, man. Talking about,
man, all the camps is doing is causing further division.
We already divided. That's why we gotta go to the streets and bring this nation together.
That's right. Us going on the streets is the only thing that's bringing people together. Believe it or not. Because you niggas how are we going to come together, all you niggas just sitting on Facebook? Congregating on Facebook on one status together. Stupid as hell. Go ahead.
Yeah, how's the bitch American still the elect?
That's right.
Will thou not show us what thou meanest by these?
The people see the sign that everybody hates. You know how everybody hates the sign? Because everybody loves the white man. That's why they hate the sign.
Right.
And the white man doesn't justify the sign. And the white man doesn't verify the sign. And the white man hates the sign. So these niggas hate the sign.
Come on.
It's that simple. These niggas love slavery. These niggas love Egypt. So what do? They hate the sign. Read it again.
Gone. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, will thou not show us what thou meanest by these?
Wait a minute, I see this sign y'all got. I'm an African American. I'm a Mexican. I'm a Puerto Rican. What does this sign mean? Read.
Say unto them, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph.
Read on.
Which is in the hand of Ephraim. And the tribes of Israel, his fellows.
Read on.
And will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand.
Keep going.
And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thy hand before their eyes.
Read on.
And say unto them, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen.
He's going to gather us up. Read on.
Whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land.
We have to go on the streets with that chart that you hate. That's what's going to bring blacks and Hispanics together.
Right.
Which is the #1 agenda of all chart haters, to keep blacks and Hispanics separate. Yeshaya.
Almost like the precept that was Zephaniah 2:1 and 2.
What gather ye together, O nation, not desire? Yeah, eventually. It's not a direct precept, but go ahead.
And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel.
So the Most High God is going to bring blacks and Hispanics together.
Right.
And it's our job to go out and teach That's the part of the process that we have to do. And the Most High God is going to take care of the rest. All right?
Right.
Is that on that? Or finish it out, 22. Finish 22 out.
Con. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel.
Read on.
And one king shall be king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations.
Read on.
Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
There you go. That's how blacks and Hispanics will come together by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua.
God.
All right, what else we got?
Was the woman in Matthew 15 an Israelite?
Get Matthew 15. Who is the woman? She's a Syrophoenician?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an Israelite.
That's an Israelite indeed.
Which is why he blessed her.
Ooh, they want the Cornelius.
Eduardo.
No one the Cornelius right now.
If you want the SICARRI 101 classes, email at Exodus XODUS 1715 at Gmail.
I don't know if we have time to go into Cornelius right now. Just look up SICARRI Acts 10 on YouTube. You'll find the Cornelius breakdown. All right, you'll find at least 3 of them. But go ahead.
The seal of Zion in 2nd Esdras.
What is the seal of Zion?
Yeah, in 2nd Esdras.
It's not like that's not talking about a symbol. Okay.
It's much like a stamp.
It's not it's not really dealing with that. It's just talking about basically us and our happiness and who we are and our nationhood being eaten up. That it's not really talking about a symbol. All right. Well, go ahead.
Who is the Antichrist?
There are many Antichrists, so there's not just the Antichrist. There are many Antichrists. Anything that's against Christ or against Yahushua is the Antichrist.
Yes, Job is talking about the resurrection.
Yeah, all right.
The phone number, my phone number is 911-254-6832.
Call me. Call me for your bomber card reading.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
How to go about getting another wife?
Yeah, don't read that.
You said no. Somebody asked, "How do you go about getting another wife?" Judah Israel. There's something that you gotta have, brother. It's something that you must have to possess in order to get another wife, and that's called. It's a 5-letter
word. All right, something that you have to acquire.
Okay, you have to acquire.
5-letter word.
All right, power. All right, and also something that some people can acquire, but a lot of brothers are fortunate enough to be born with, and that's a 4-letter word. That's called game.
It's called game.
Okay, that's called game, brother. All right, that's called power and game, and then a woman will, you know what I mean, get down with you. I mean, that's how you get the first one. How do you get the second one? The same way you got the first one, brother. You know what I mean? Nothing else?
Look, somebody wants to know about the mark of the beast.
I mean, we got plenty. Just look up SICARRI Mark of the Beast. We don't go too deep, or you know what I mean. Just look it up. We got plenty of videos on it. You know what I'm saying?
When will you debate a reverend of the church?
When will I debate a reverend of the church? The moment that a reverend of the church will be a man and let his nuts hang. All right, and will actually debate us. That's when we would love to debate the church reverend. Okay, the problem is every time we see them, they turn into Usain Bolt. How I'm supposed to debate them? Right? Go ahead. What else we got? When the Cornelius class, that's I believe Diogenes, or Diogenes. Salakia, if I'm mispronouncing your name, just type in SICARRI Acts 10 on YouTube, and you'll find a multiplicity of videos that we've produced, giving the edification and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai on Cornelius and Peter's vision of Acts the 10th chapter, which is the catalyst to Cornelius. All right. We already asked about we confirmed the woman in Matthew 15 is an Israelite.
They're asking that probably because of breakdown.
Did Christ have an intimate relationship with Mary? No. No, Christ did not have an intimate relationship with Mary. How do we sign up for the UN course? That's a great question. All right. If you Google the definition of mark, the definition is a cross in the place of a signature. Many rappers have a cross on their forehead. Juice Reckless? No. Do not start doing things like that. Do not start thinking like that.
Let me tell you this, man. You're going to Google, not the Greek in which it was written in.
Yeah, because Google is not going to work for you. All right.
You're acting like you speak Greek.
The word for mark in Revelation is charagma, which means it's something that's implanted or imprinted. It ain't got nothing to do with the foolish cross tattoo that Negroes are flocking to the tattoo artists and get. Okay, nothing to do with that whatsoever. Did Christ ever deal with a hoe or a harlot? No, he never dealt with a hoe, but he did teach hoes. Okay, were Cain and Esau before the flood? Cain was before the flood, not Esau. Oh, we're nigger slaves. All right, that's great. Worship your white masters. You know, this is the white man being the devil.
God.
Thank you to the brother William Rogers. How can you get a SICARRI shirt? Make rank. What do I do? My husband hates that I don't celebrate holidays. Says that you're going to have to work that out. Okay. Why took you over long? Brian Guerrero, what you have to understand is the tactics that are employed for purposes. There's a reason that we didn't bite the rabbi's head off in our first debate with them. Okay. Patience. Okay. The scripture says the race is not given to the swift. So you have to understand the methodology, you have to understand the strategy, and you have to understand the tactical or the tactics that brothers employ for specific purposes. All right. Because at this point, it looks like he don't want to talk again. All right. Because he knows what's coming. Yeah, watch Ancient Black Ops. SICARRI is not. We deal in guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare is categorized as unconventional warfare. All right, but equally and sometimes even more so effective than conventional warfare. But with that, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and say shalom.
Shalom.